Homosexuals, how it be doing? I am doing well. It's not really any like high octane energy today or anything. It's just kind of like not like it was low key or anything, but it was just like going through the motions, feeling it out, enjoying the workout, just step by step, meeting new people, having fun, the day by day. Sometimes I got a bit more hype in me, but today I was just like, let's just enjoy it, Some days you kind of just got to like, not saying that you don't need the energy or that the energy is a bad thing. Of course not. It's a great thing to have. But I was having a bit of issues back and forth. None of my snatches. My snatches actually felt quite superb. The 95 pounds and the 135-pound sets, the warm-ups were a little but warm-ups are allowed to be sometimes. You got to have some shitty warm-ups, have some great working sets every now and then. And oh boy, were the working sets beautiful. I really enjoyed snatching today. And might I add, the crunch manager, I assume, because he's like one of the older guys there and was just walking around shooting the shit with everybody, fixing stuff. I'm like, all right. He was like, where'd you learn how to do that? And I'm like, you give a shit? Oh, come speak with me. Let me explain to you the ins and outs of Olympic lifting, which I'm sure he got about 2% of. But, it's always fun to shoot the shit either way. It's also really nice to be appreciated without really expecting it. I always say like that raw positivity out of nowhere, it can just get you going in the way that you need to. My working sets could have been influenced, I'm sure they were, by that little bit of just like, hey man, you're doing pretty fucking good. And I'm like, nah. Anyway, sorry, I didn't really have a lot to talk about. I like just kind of turning the fucking thing on sometimes, like when brain's a little bit slow. So we're just going to take it step by step and, be patient with me. We'll get there by the end of it. But either way, I was having a couple issues on squat. Not that they were bad by any means, but as you know, I got over my almost knee injury from a couple weeks ago where I had some tendinopathy in my left quad tendon. And although I am extremely confident I can bounce on that shit with a smile, I can crush my knees with confidence, it's still slightly weaker, which, as good as I may try to be or as confident as I may try to be in the weights and doing the best that I can in the moment, I can't ignore physical weakness compared to the rest of my body. It's something that, like, if you feel any sort of pain, imbalance, just anything along that line, just whatever gives you a disadvantage at the sport, it's nearly fucking impossible to just close your brain off and turn it off and just be like, it's not there. Maybe if you're hitting a PR and you don't give a shit about your body, but even then, most people give a shit about their body. So you're gonna feel whatever physical pain your body's dishing out, and it just, my walkouts just kept feeling off. Sometimes you overthink it to the point where you're just like kicking yourself in the ass, being like, God damn it, like this was feeling perfect the other day, and now I'm like, oh, I don't even know how to squat anymore. Which I'm sure it was like, it may not be that visible from the angle I shot it from, or just to my standard, it just wasn't where I wanted it to be, which is fine. I say this every time. It's not about the shit you go through. It's about what you want to build off of that, So I'm going to take what I did today and try to do better next time, of course. But in the moment, you kind of have to make a split decision and be like, all right, am I going to just do this for the rest of the workout and eat shit? Or am I going to try to make progress right now? So that's why I kind of say that I just wasn't really needing that high octane energy today. I was trying to just chill out a little bit more than I normally do, because I wanted to really prioritize my activation of the technique rather than my overall strength. Because it just has to happen sometimes. I'm doing predominantly Olympic lifting, and if my squat starts getting off, it's going to affect everything that I do. Every squat that I do, any catch and a snatch, a clean, front squat, overhead squat, it's all going to start shifting toward that imbalance. Because the moment you make a habit, especially one that's not good for your body, it will take over so fucking fast like a virus, and you won't even realize it until it's already fucked you up. And then you're going to have to spend twice as long fixing it. That's why in the moment, it's good to get that ability, that skill to notice it, accept what your fucking body's dishing out, and then try to do your best in that moment to reroute it, you know, even if you have to go lighter, even if you got to take your hype away a little bit, make the pre-workout stop kicking. But in the end, I'm proud of myself. You know, my knee felt great. It was a little weak at the start, but as I kept going and focusing on my form and a really good explosion out of the bottom with at the same time with both knees, because even though my left knee is technically weaker right now, I can still focus, put like 60% effort in my left knee, 40% effort in my right knee, so that I have a completely balanced vertical push out of the hole. But anyway, it's getting there, and I progressed in the moment, and that's what matters. So next time it'll be even easier to reroute that kind of habit. And again, like I hate looking at myself in the mirror when I squat, but these are the conditions I have, and I gotta be grateful for them. And it's not an excuse, you know. I can't just sit there and be like, oh, I can't squat heavy because of the mirror. It's like, no, god damn it, I'm good enough, and I've got the consistency, discipline, and passion high enough to the point where I can fucking squat the way I want to, no matter the condition. Even if squat shoes weren't a thing, I'd be doing the best I goddamn could, hitting ass to ankle every single rep. You know, of course it's going to be harder. Of course it's not going to be exactly perfect the way I would typically want it to be, but that's just fucking life. You know, you take what you got in front of you and you just roll with it in the best positive way that you can. You know, it's not so, like I said before, you can't really turn off the physical, but sometimes you can just turn off the brain and be like, all right, I'm overthinking this shit, and I kind of just got to let my mind-muscle connection kick in, you know, your muscle memory. It's good to allow what feels natural to you to take over sometimes, because today I was thinking so much about it. Like on one or two of the sets, I looked down at my feet to make sure that they were in the right position. I'm like, I don't fucking do that. I never do that. That's just something my brain was like, all right, well, it's not feeling good, so we're gonna just do something else. And adding all those extra little variables to my squat form, it's just gonna make it more complicated. You know, the issue isn't whether or not I have to look at my feet every set, and the issue is not a matter of my step out or my balance or whatever. It's just allowing what's right to take over in the moment. You know, I felt uncomfortable, I felt unsure, so I let the logic in my brain take over rather than the muscle memory. And again, you need a good mixture of both every now and then. A lot of times with technique, you got to slow down and realize, okay, well, maybe what I've been doing for the longest period of time, like I've done shit form for a year straight before without realizing that it was shit. And so I had to reroute my muscle memory and be like, okay, well, this is not working and this is not efficient enough. So I need to reroute this in the way that it will make my lifts better, you know? Anyhow, what else to say? Oh my god, I didn't tell you how I was doing. See, this is what I'm saying. You guys gotta fucking stop me when I'm going off like this. Whenever I have nothing to fucking talk about, I'm just trying to like take this shit up step by step as I go. My brain just gets frazzled and I just go on and on, professional yap style, and just cannot stop to realize that you guys don't even know how I'm doing. I always let you guys know how I'm doing. I gotta let you know. So physically, although I was overthinking the squat just slightly, and I had to reroute my brain a little bit, get that muscle memory kicking in, the snatches felt wonderful, and the squat did come back, and I did make that progress in the moment, which is so imperative to your training. So I'll give it a good 8.5, right in the middle. It felt really good, you know. So it's one of those days where like I wasn't anywhere near like PR ready or anything. I was pretty fatigued. I was a little tired from all the traveling I've been doing. I was in the gym real late last night. But all things said, I gotta really look at what I was doing and be like, you know what? Every rep that I wanted to work on and make progress on in the moment, I killed it. And I made progress. Every time I thought to myself, I should be doing better, the next set I did better. That is what is so goddamn important with this sport. It's not just being like, oh, I'm just going to do this every day and just hopefully it gets better one day. No, man. You got to take the steps necessary right now to fix it. Because the longer you wait, the longer it's going to take to fix that shit and make it better. Even if it doesn't need fixing necessarily, in order for you to make progress in what you don't realize you're capable of, you've got to be subject to change and variability in the way that you train every single day. So I felt really fucking good. I was explosive. I was locking out well. I was My knee has never felt better since it got fucked up. So I got to take that as a win. You know, there's so many positives I can take from today, even though I was a little in my head. And, you know, even above that, I got to meet a bunch of new gym homies again today. As I work out here every day, I'm slowly getting the confidence back, bit by bit, minute by minute, just being like, oh, that guy looks pretty fucking impressive. Oh, that guy's doing Olympic lifting. Let's go shoot the shit and just see what happens. And you never know the fucking relationships you can make. Found a guy that lived in Florida, just ended up moving over here with his wife. And I'm like, I lived in Florida and I just moved in with my girlfriend. And he does Olympic lifting. I do Olympic lifting. You never fucking know. You just got to go up and be like, hey, what's up, man? You're kind of strong. That's it, you know? And you can have that instant homosexual connection. But more than that, because in the moment, positivity is always great for the gym. But I love being able to build on a long-term relationship. That's the stuff that will give you lifelong goals and appreciation for the people around you, you know? Because people are so goddamn important, you know? Not in a resource way, but in a way that it keeps our mental state pumped up, you know? It's so difficult to go through life alone. So, like, why the fuck would you? You know? You don't have to. And even if some people are going to tell you it's more impressive or you shouldn't depend on anybody, it's like there's a good thing a friend of mine used to say, you know, my good buddy Desmond, he knows what's up. But he always says there's either people that ask for too little or people who ask for too much. And you want to try your best not to be either of them. You want to be right in the middle in a good, balanced lifestyle so that you can, you know, live in a way to where you are happy with the things that you are reaching out for, but you also do not feel overbearing or over-dependent on those relationships around you. You know, it's always really, really good to give yourself outlets of positivity, even if they're not going to bring anything materialistic to the table. That's not what it's about. That's not what's important. What is important is that bond, that inseparable connection, that irreplaceable moment in just that 1 second of time where you decided to be like, hey, what's up, man? And then that one spark, that one step that you didn't have to take made a lifetime of possibilities. You know, every new person you allow into your personal life is just another pathway, you know? If you've ever played those video games where you got, you know, the choices you make will change the ending, that kind of shit. But when it comes to us in real life, it's millions times more pathways by the end of it. So, anyway, I'm going off about two separate fucking things now. Mentally, because of these awesome connections, I'm going to give it a very nice 8.95. Not quite a 9, just barely there. You know, my brain's wanting to say 9, but I'm not going to do it because the first number that came to mind was 8.95. So we're going to leave it there because I think I just got in my head a little bit right at the end. But the connections were great. I was loving life, living in the moment. And all things said and done, I made progress. And that's what fucking matters. God damn it. So let your muscle memory kick in every now and then. Shoot the shit with a homie and get the mental pumping so that you stop focusing so much on the goddamn negative about your technique. You know, sometimes you gotta relax and appreciate what you got right in front of you without overbearing what you can do in such a little amount of time so that you can really put in what you're actually capable of. So many times people will sit there and try to do way more than they can do in one single workout. You can't learn everything in a single 2-hour session. It takes weeks, months, years. That's just how it is. You gotta be in it for the long run if you truly want to get good and make progress to your own standard. So that's all I got. Take it all with a grain of salt. You know me. Just love ranting about this shit. I love getting this shit out and seeing what you guys got to say about it. But either way, let me know how your lives and lifts have been going. I love hearing about it. And I appreciate the hell out of anybody who wanted to stick around and hear me rant my fucking head off because I can't get enough. I love what life has to offer. There's a million possibilities. I'm going to keep running it every single fucking day. So, you know, I'll be back tomorrow. I got clean and jerk and bench. Oh, that's gonna be a toughie on the shoulders. But god damn it, best foot forward. We're gonna have fun, shoot the shit with the homies, and we're gonna have a great mindset about it. And that's what fucking matters. God damn it. Okay, I'm done. Brain's tired. I gotta go consume as much food as humanly possible. And I'll be back. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.